Yo, so I got a Taylor here. Taylor's here, my princess. I promised babies with Taylor Swift, but these are mine. They mine. That now, what happens is in the camp, if you're watching weasels and shit, eating and that I hasn't done anything, nothing, man, nothing. I promised babies with Taylor Swift and everything. I got these apps here. If you look at clearly, the Galaxy is a nicer screen. It's definitely a nicer screen. The nicer colors and everything on here. If you look at a little bit further back, and that. These are test apps that's not in the store yet. See the colors on that. They're nicer colors on here. I'm doing scratch tickets. Here, boom, boom, boom. So basically, I only just put food out and then they come grab food. Nothing. I hasn't done anything. There is nothing, man. I doesn't have anything. Nothing here, basically. It's only like a homeless guy from the Talbot Lane here, man. Homeless crack addicts here. And then that's it, man. Nothing. That I only just put food out. That these, what it looks like that has happened was that the weasels was fucking running up and down. These fellas, man, they're like a fucking rocket, man. That goes up the tree, fucking boom. And then the rats up there as well with them. He's fucking jumped from this tree to that tree and that. So I think I was feeding the rat before on the back, had some food left over. So I'm sitting in there in the camp, and then the rat came in, I kick him out, then I chuck some food if he's hungry, and that these are mine, man. That they mine. That's mine. Yeah, these fellas. I wanna do a toast. Let's do a toast. Oh my niggas. Grab your drinks, mate. There are no animals, nothing, man. There's just some cunts on the creeks, otherwise without Chinese, man. That they've survived everything. Couldn't have much because then they kill you for it. Then these fellas here, man, these fellas here, man, that this is not a wild rat or anything, man. The Chinese are breeding and he let some go. He couldn't put too many because after you finding too many dead ones, it's only like a couple in there and that. Otherwise, they're breeding too many, then they fucking dead ones everywhere and they stinks and shit. Then I hasn't done that. Doesn't have anything, nothing here, man. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing. All I done is I chucked some food that there was weasels getting it first. The blue and black ones, right? Then the fucking rat came in, and then I think the rat is told them that's his, that I'm his mate. Then he's coming fucking. I tried to take a picture of him and everything, and he didn't come in. And last night I had the chicken because I bought the barbecue chicken because I had to woke up and fucking I had too many goonies. And then this goon, I think they put some meat or some shit in there because then 1 minute or if you have too many, then wake you up. I'm like a body stone, but in my head, nothing. Right? Nothing. They straighten you up if you had too many in that shit. Now I'm running out of mix. then what happens is that the Chinese let some go in the parks and shit, otherwise there's nothing in there. And then it needs a couple of these fellas, and then they're eating seeds and bugs and shit. The Chinese are letting bugs in there and that. Okay? Because otherwise they have to kill them all and shit. So basically what happens is that those fellas there, they mine. And I've gave some chicken to the rat. I've ate the legs and wings and some breast. So then I ripped the back off and chuck it to the rat. The rat took the back of the chook, roast chook, coarse roast chook. That was already dried up and shit, paid full price of it. Legs were dry and shit. But they're still alright, that doesn't mind. Because I wanted to make sure I have more food. It hasn't done a shit yet, man. If I ate a packet of chips, then I've done a shit in the morning. I hasn't done a shit today yet. Okay. Then fucking, I'm gonna dump a big one up there tomorrow morning, I think. And then that I've only just put food out and they're coming in. Then last night I didn't put the food out because I thought I'd give it in the morning because I wanted to eat the chicken off the bones. Then he can chew up the bones, the rat. I think he's kicked out the weasels and told them that that's his food, he's my mate and that, because he was sleeping. One night I opened my eyes and he was fucking like near my face and that. That's right. Okay? And then he's fucking ran off to the wall, then boom, ran out. And last night he came in, fucking sniffed around some leaves, and then he stood there and goes, fucking give her food and that. And I said, fuck, okay, then I took the chicken out and I gave him some food. I took the back off and I chucked it outside. And that. Problem with this shit is, then the fucking dogs smell it. Then cunts are going in there with their dogs and shit, and then the fucking dog is there, then she's fucking yelling, come on, fucking come on, and that, to the dog. And the fucking dog is smelling around my fucking camp and shit. And I left some of the stuffing and shit, and I forgot it up there. I'm gonna just chuck it, fuck it. And then I couldn't have slept and that. So I fucking, there in my camp and that. And then fucking I looked and the weasel was fucking smelling the chicken. Because when I was feeding the rat, I put the chicken down. That little bit of a bag or some shit could have come off. I think the weasel was fucking licking my bag and that. The sleeping bag. And shit. Okay? And then basically nothing. I doesn't have anything, nothing. That I've only just put food out for animals. And that they Chinese are told me that that's all mine. That they my ones. Basically. So I just feeding, I gave them chips and then I gave some like those crisps and that like, they're like shapes, but the shit, man, I'm fucking sick of chewing this shit up, man, basically. And that. So, now too many parameters, so I might have to go to I couldn't have climbed Victoria because that's only 3,500 and 3,500 to come here, then you end up with 7,000. I need like a 12, 15,000 because now my ass is sore sitting down. To sit down on a hard fucking wood bench normally takes a 15,000 steps, man, before your ass doesn't hurt and that. Basically. And then I got cats up here dancing. Jesus, I'm in love with these cats here. She's bought all that. That's my babies. So basically, that this is lucky that they came in. But they basically only just like basically looking for food. These fellas here. and they mind. That some Chinese fella there with these visas, Chinese, they've let them in there, couple of them. Not too many, because after that ones everywhere they're breeding. There's not much food in there and that shit. Okay. So that's basically it. What I've got here is, oh, that's Kylie. I promise, babies, Kylie. We having babies, little Kylies and shit. Mm. Oh, this I promise. Okay. Okay, so that's basically it. So that's it. That these fellas here is basically are hungry, and that's it.